Wuthering Waves is arriving in less than a day, and I know most people are excited to get your hands on the game, but it would be a downer if you accidentally hamper your progress with a few wrong clicks or decisions. Hence in this video, I will touch on the mistakes, with some being mistakes I don't see being mentioned elsewhere, that you can easily avoid to ensure a smoother overall gameplay experience. First up, the most detrimental mistake one can make has to do with the beginner banner, and a side note before we go any further, please do not accidentally pull on the standard banner. I know it will happen. What you should do is to look out for the banner with the mentioned 20% discount on pulls with 50 PT, so technically 40 pulls, and that will disappear after you get a 5-star unit, with it transforming into a selector banner with a 80 PT. But an important thing to note here is that there are 3 types of pull currency in Wuthering Waves, unlike some other gacha games that only have one. The first one being lustrous tags used for beginner banner, standard character banner, and the standard weapon banner. The second being radiant tags used exclusively for the limited character banners, and lastly forging tags that are exclusively for the limited weapon banner. The common currency for all 3 is airstrike, and you can purchase either one of those for 160 airstrikes. However, given how you will not have enough pulls to grab both of the 5-star from your 2 beginner banners when the game launches, you might be tempted to actually convert your airstrikes into lustrous tags, but please don't do it, because it's a really bad idea, as limited banners feature units such as characters like Jiyan, Yinlin, and in the future possibly Changli, Jingxi, and so on and forth, right? And generally speaking, from my experience with gacha games, standard characters in gacha games usually get power crept very fast by limited banners. Exception might be Verena over here, because I think she's extremely strong for a standard character, but you want to not do that. So you want to instead wait for the login rewards, you want to wait for your union rewards, and the pulls you can obtain in the open world playing through the game. So do not be impatient, do not fret. Your 5-star unit will not fly anywhere. Similarly, your standard 5-star weapon can also wait for a bit. Next, going straight into the game, you'll be playing as the main character, and another mistake you might make is to assume that the main character is S and quickly swap them out for other units. But in Wuthering Waves, I can tell you confidently, the main character is actually legit. Not only does the main character come with their sequences for free, giving them a free-ish 20% DPS increase, they can also serve as a support by equipping them with this rejuvenating glow set. So support, DPS, the main character can do both. What's more, the main character actually possesses 2 forms for now. Maybe in the future there might be even more forms. The first being the spectral form, and the second being the havoc form that is likely going to come from us defeating this new female crownless, right? It's called Dreamless, and this is revealed in the new trailer. Additionally, playing with the main character allows us to see special animations when you use them against the bosses, especially during the story, so there's no reason for you to skip out investing on them right from the get-go. Now, speaking of investing in units, another mistake I foresee players making is to go in investing in a single unit, especially your favorite 5-star units once you obtain them. Although that might seem good on paper to play with your shiny new toys, it comes with significant diminishing returns. As you see on this chart, credits to I'm Ravenous once again, there is a steep EXP increase, especially at the later level 70 and beyond, just like any other games, right? However, the stat increases are not justified for this cost. So it is advised for you to leave your units at either level 60 or level 70, with more focus being on the DPS units. Similarly, it is not recommended for you to invest in all of your units and spread yourself too thin, given how limited the resources are, especially if you're a free-to-play player. Now, eventually you will require 3 teams for tower adversity, an extremely important piece of content that provides you with constant airstrike, but you should first focus on investing in 3 units, then branching out to 3 full teams subsequently. And at this point, you might just ask me, hey Corky, which 3 units should I invest in? Well, for a start, as mentioned, you should always invest in the main character Rover, and the second unit can be the 5-star unit you obtain from your beginner banner, with the third being a sustain unit like Bai Zhi, or if you're lucky, you can get Verena. This will likely be your main lineup for the main story, and it will serve you well for quite some time. Of course, as mentioned earlier, resource materials very scarce, especially the Ascension materials, and the way you obtain them is to spend Waveplates, or what we commonly know as stamina, and the cap in Wuthering Waves is 240. Now of course the basics include not leaving it on max cap, but I'm sure most people know that, so I'm here to provide a less commonly known mistake that people can make. Usually people will recommend you to spend all of your stamina in the world bosses while using them to target farm the echoes, and in the process you will get some Ascension materials, which is totally accurate, don't get me wrong, except a mistake I foresee people making is spending all of your stamina on random bosses while trying to farm your echoes, thinking that it is a Black Friday sale when you simply don't have to. The reason why I say so is because despite it seeming like you have to spend stamina to start a boss encounter, the truth is you only spend stamina when you claim the rewards at the end of the battle, which exclude the echo that they actually drop. So you heard me right, you can actually just fight the boss, absorb the echo, they drop, and then you just live the encounter without spending any stamina. Really, it's just like robbing a bank, it's that easy. This means that you should only spend stamina on the world bosses you require the Ascension materials for, and not based on the echo they drop. If you just want the echo, go on, but don't spend the stamina. You can check for the Ascension materials for your specific characters on the wikis, such as on Pridwin, and this will ensure you always have enough to ascend your units, while also allowing you to keep up with the echo farm. Now speaking of echoes, honestly they are your key to progression in Wuthering Waves, aka Pokemon Simulator, as they are basically your equips that allow you to further boost your characters as you enhance them for additional stats and substats. And you are going to spend a lot of time trying to farm echoes, you're going to get even a bunch of them on day one, trust me. However, this does not mean you should spend your resources upgrading all of your echoes, especially the ones below purple rarity, as the echo enhanced materials are not the most abundant, and you will also lose out on new echoes you can get from this new combined feature for echoes the devs confirm will come on launch. Simply put, only upgrade purple and gold echoes with useful main stats like attack percentage or elemental percentage, and keep the rest of your echoes unenhanced for their set bonus, and combine them when you deem fit for this new random echoes. So this is additionally a bonus. Just use them for the base set, they are going to do fine. Additionally, there are red echoes in the wild that will always drop a gold echo if you kill them, but these are one time only for the entire world, it will not respawn, so I recommend holding this off if you're interested in farming them with your friends in co-op that you are likely going to unlock on day 2 or day 3, depending on how much the devs actually lowered the co-op union level requirement. Last I heard it's union level 22 from the 30, which was during CBT2, but we'll have to see come global launch. This isn't exactly a biggest deal in my opinion though, other than some nasty words from your friends, as compared to the next mistake, which we have to go back to what was mentioned earlier on there being more rewards unlocked as you level up. Now the fastest way to get your union levels in Wuthering Waves is simply to focus on clearing the main story, and the mistake is thinking you have to skip it for maximum progression. At the end of the day, this is just a PvE game that one can play at their own pace, and even the end game rewards for say the hologram bosses, they are not time limited, so why not just take your time and enjoy the scenery, right? Smell the grass or whatever that is. Instead, what I would recommend for you to save time on other aspects, right, is to use mounts that will make you explore faster. If you're thinking you heard me wrong, nope, they're actually mounts in this game, with the most accessible and notable one being the Stonewall Bracer that transforms your unit and charges forward, saving you travel time. So if you see them in the wild, be sure to grab their echo and be on your way to use them as a mount. Alternatively, I know this is surprising, Alto is also a S tier mount. You can see on the screen what I found on Bilibili, so use this info as you may. He speeds a lot, but I'm not sure about his combat capabilities, I can't guarantee it. Now of course, while all of these mistakes are things you want to avoid, you also want to not make the mistake of selecting a 5-star unit that you'll end up regretting, just like how you regret not subscribing to me. Therefore, definitely check out this video over here, I have covering that. I'll see you guys over there. This is Corky Gachas, signing off.